Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to How to Date a Cat. Here on our perfect date, we finally romanced Snooty Booty. More or less. We at least got to a better ending than our last one. But I need to work on my social skills and figure out how to actually romance them perfectly, because 2 out of 3 just isn't good enough. So, this time, let's go with a girl. And I'm going to spare you the female voice, because no. And call her Julia. Let's make her Caucasian, because Julia doesn't really fit her unless she's like an American Asian. Whatever. Accept. I'm just gonna speed through it if it's like more of the same. Oh. Okay, cool. Skips over some of this stuff. It was a long journey, but my legs are a bit wobbly as I make my way up the wooden jetty to meet the security guard who has come to collect me. ID. I rummage about in my bag until I find the laminated security pass I was issued with on the mainland. And it's gonna be the same, isn't it? Julia. Oh, she actually has a birth date this time. Issued last year. Is that today's date? No. Okay, no, it's not at all today's date. Yeah. Alright. But at least it's not like 1-1 whatever. Alright. As we were saying... Come on then, follow me. Oh wait, was he actually smiling? Like, oh, a female. How interesting. I have to walk at quite a pace to keep up with him. He's not the social type, so we trek along in silence until we're in camp and outside a large tent. He's waiting for you in there. Glad to have you on board, Julia. Shall we just go through a few formalities and then call her today, so that you can get some rest before you start work properly tomorrow? Sounds good to me, sir. Like an eager cadet voice. We'll figure something out by the end of this. So first, shall we have a little refreshment? I have water, coffee, or something stronger perhaps. Whiskey? So, we know he is a coffee man. Oh, these are slightly different. I'm parched, do you have water? Nothing for me, I'm not thirsty. It's a bit early in the day, but sure, I'll have a small whiskey. I'm a tea lover. Is that on the menu by any chance? There's no coffee option! God dang it! I can't game the system. I can't earn favor with the professor. So he said. Oh well. Nothing at all. You must keep hydrated, even if you're not thirsty. The island gets very hot. Thanks for the advice. We spend the next hour going through my kit. All typical stuff apart from my super gadget. It's called a catalog, and it does all sorts of swanky things. Even plays music. Wow, she is a very different character. I meet some of the local cats and learn how to scan them with it, which was a lot of fun. Finally, I'm shown to my tent to settle in for the night. I can't help but like kind of dance a little bit with this music, even though I've heard it over and 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 over. Anyways, while I'm unpacking, I find something very interesting under my bed. It's the personal journal of the previous research assistant, the one before me. As I read, I begin to discover that there is a lot more going on here than I was told about. It's hard to believe this stuff is true. Maybe the last researcher was prone to flights of fancy. Still, it makes great bedtime story material, and I stay up reading until my eyelids begin to close. In spite of my best efforts to read to the end, I drift into a deep sleep. I wake with a start. I hear the rustle of paper coming from the tint flap. It's a cat with something in its mouth. It has the journal. Wait! But it has run off into the night. Oh man. I'm chasing a cat at full speed into the forest. I must get that book back. It has everything I need to know in it. This is like more of the same. Feel woozy, danger zone. I'm going to be sick. Close my eyes tight and drop to my knees. I open my eyes. A calico cat is standing in front of me. It drops the journal from its mouth. Pass out. Of course, as usual. And a save screen. And the kitty from last time! Alright, cool. Can you hear me? Are you okay? Here we go again. You've bucked a bit. Let them breathe. Has it been bitten? The Sphinx cat is staring over me, staring as I open my eyes. Yes, definitely bitten. Look at its hand. I bring up my hand. Bring my hand up to my face, and through my blurry vision, I can make out several deep scratches and puncture marks. The cats watch me intently. Is this real? I saw something in the journal about kidnapping. Catnapping, yahaha. We're sorry, it was the only way. My head has begun to clear, and I realize that if I can talk to these cats, not only is it all true, but it's already too late. I have the sickness. We need to have a talk, human. No, we don't. I know what's going on. That's why I can hear you. Well done, you already did read it. Most of it, yes. So I wasn't entirely wasting my time. Ah! Okay. That's cute. Hang on. Are you? You figured it out. It's not my problem anymore. The mysterious cat slinks off towards the forest area. Aww. Man. Is that the only time we'll get to see him? Oh, don't you worry about them. They're preoccupied elsewhere. Ha, lovey-dovey. So are you going to help us or not? I want to see what this does. Let's see what do not help does. Help you? After what you did to me? How could I ever trust you? You steal from me, put me in mortal danger, lie to get what you want. What would you do in my situation? Ouch. This ludicrous story about werecats is enough to make me think I must be going insane. So no, it's up to you to sort out whatever is going on here. I will have enough on my hands looking after myself. Lame. What did I tell you? I knew this human lacked the intellect and stamina to be a part of our research. You rude, self-opinionated moggy. Moggy? The hell is a moggy? I would sooner turn into cat than help you. There is a shocked silence. Oh! Sodi, the small calico cat, pads up to me. I'm sorry, human. If there was some other way I could help you, I would. Trixie begins to sob quietly before turning away. My eyesight begins to blur, but I can just about make out the cats retreating into the thick growth of the forest. Despite becoming more and more tired and foggy, I somehow make my way back to the research area, and that's it, really. I did plenty of work over the next few weeks on Cat Island, but I can't remember much of it. Time seems to have slipped by without my even noticing. I'm sure I did lots of good and interesting work here on the island, but I just can't recall any of it. Only vague memories. At the end of the day, I'm really not that bothered. It all feels a bit like a distant dream to me now. I stretch out on the sand, enjoying the midday sun on my fur, lazily licking my paws clean of the scraps left over from my morning feed. Meow! Oh, she's cute. Well, that was quick! I wanted to do it, and I did it. I have no regrets here. None. For I am the anti-hero. Okay, well, this is a botched game anyways, but I'll probably have to do like a trimmed down version, maybe. We'll see. Let's get a random name. Chrissy. Why not? At least it's a female name. Chapter 4! What an amazing journey! I've always enjoyed being out in the open waters, and this was really smooth sailing. I will skip off the wooden jetty to be greeted by a birdie man in a security jacket. I'm sorry, I still can't. It's like, you failed! Okay. ID. Okay, come on. Come on, let's get to the good stuff. 2 days later. Or is it 2 months later? Day, month, year? Is that how it's supposed to be written? Yeah, it's 2 months later. Follow me. Oh, she's not the sociable type. So I can take in the sights without distraction while we whiz along the forest path. It all looks so lush and green. It's a forest after all. The boss is in here. Glad to have you on board, Chrissy. Shall we just go through a few formalities and then call it a day? Get rest before working tomorrow? Sounds good to me, sir. So, first, shall we have a little refreshment? Coffee! Coffee would be welcome. I would offer you Irish, but we're out of whiskey, unless the gin? Just plain is great for me. Irish coffee drinker. Okay. The rest of the day is taken up with procedural stuff, Professor Popper showing me around the island personally. It was nice to get to know him a little bit. He's rather eccentric, but in a nice way. The thing that stands out most is my catalog. The technology is something else. I used it to scan some cats, but it can do so much more than that. The professor was most insistent that I keep it safe, which I intend to do. As I'm settling into my tent, I make a discovery that really catches my attention. It's a notebook that was obviously written by my predecessor! They've left it under my bed, which is as good as an invitation to read it, as far as I'm concerned. I think it may be the first draft of a novel, and it's not bad either. They certainly have a vivid imagination. There are bizarre stories about talking cats and other island anomalies. They were obviously very inspired by their surroundings. I must say, it's a great read. Imagine if it were true. Oh, but it is. I laugh at my old fancy as I snuggle down for my first sleep on Cat Island. Alright, time to get it stolen. I'm awakened by an intruder in my tent. Before my brain can catch up with what's going on, I leapt from my bed shouting, "Who's there?" I scramble around for a few seconds before I realize that the notebook has been taken. Next thing I know, I'm running through the forest barefoot, chasing what looks like a cat. This is insane. And exactly how it always starts. Ah, she actually tries to turn back, though. But my legs give way under me. I close my eyes tight as I hit the ground. Calico Cat wakes up. Just as usual. And saving. And here we go. I'm laying on the sand, surrounded by cats looking down at me. Yeah, caught us a live one. Move back, child. Yes, let them breathe, or they won't be alive much longer. As my brain begins to defuzz, I realize that this is what I was reading about in the novel. Only, it wasn't a novel at all. My stomach tightens to a knot. It was a journal. I focus my eyes and pick out the big marmalade cat. Have I been bitten? Well, of course you've been bitten. How else would you be able to hear us? This one's an idiot. Don't be rude. The calico cat turns to me. You know about being bitten? You read the journal? Most of it. Enough to understand what's really happening here, Kata? Enough to know you have a choice to make. Huh. Okay, keeping up with the different voices is difficult, but, I mean, let's not get an immediate game over this time. Let's go ahead and help them out. Enough to know there's no choice. We have to help each other. Bravo, Kata! So, let's cut to the chase. We've already done the chase bit. Hush now. What do you need to know, human? I'm still a bit dazed and in shock. I kinda like this. It's like not getting mad, just tell me what's up. What? Everything, really. At the moment, my catalog starts beeping. It's telling me I have 15 minutes to get back to the camp and start my first day at work. I have to go! Let me get myself together and we can catch up later. I have a feeling you're going to be very well, Kara. The best one yet. I sure hope so. 'Cause first I got shot, then I managed to romance Snooty, and then I just said, screw you, I'm doing my own thing. And that was, oh. Can't be much worse than the last one, right? I'm just about to enter the lab to begin my legitimate work when the catalog beeps. It's a message without any contact information. Again! Why does it even... Stop it! I have to look at that in post, however. No, I've had just about enough mystery as a person could handle for one day. If you want to be anonymous, I shall take it. You also don't mind being ignored. The professor is already working when I arrive, but I'm not late, so there's no fuss. I get through the day as efficiently as possible and head back to my tent. As soon as my work is done, I want to get to grips with finding out all I can. Ah, wow, okay. So we already spent like half the episode just getting to this point. Let's take a quick look at what we have. We have 1, 2 recons. Wait, 3 recons. Is that 3 recons? 8, 6, 11? Oh! Oh no! We have too many. Oh well. Research, we have 3 research as well. And romance, we have 3 cats. Dang it. So it looks like everything from last chapter got carried over to this one. So, yeah. Absolutely none left for us. Caged cat. Oh well. I kind of want to go with kibbles. Kibbles and bits. Everyone's crazy for kibbles and bits. Kibbles and bits. Kibbles and bits. Everyone's crazy for kibbles and bits. Let's go crazy for kibbles and bits. Anyways, I'm out in the forest, looking for some shade in a place where I won't be disturbed. I need to be relaxed when I finally read the precious contents of the envelope I'm carrying. It feels like I've waited an age for this moment. Eventually, I find a clearing with a moss-covered tree stump that looks comfortable enough. I have a quick check around to satisfy myself that I'm alone before I take a seat and slowly unpeel the flap of the brown wrapper and pull out my issue of the Kanashi Boy. It's such a treat to get some quiet manga reading time to myself. I'm just starting to get in. This is not the character for manga, is it? She's so serious, and then manga. I'm just starting to get into it when I hear a rustling sound coming from the nearby bushes. It's not the sort of sound the wind makes when it ruffles the leaves. It's more deliberate than that. I look over towards the bush, and the noise stops abruptly. Almost as soon as I resume reading, it starts again. I try to ignore it and continue with my comic, but it's very intrusive. I feel I'm being watched. Who's there? The rustling gets louder. Hello? I inch my way towards the source of this sound, nervously holding my breath. I reach out my arm to pull aside the branches when something bursts out of the bush and knocks me sideways. Kibbles! What on earth are you doing? Were you spying on me? He picks himself up from the ground, desperately trying to style it out. Oh, you're here. I hadn't noticed. I was just, looking for something. In a bush. Yes. I left my... Kibbles looks around frantically for something. He locks his eye on an unremarkable looking flat pebble and picks it up triumphantly. My pebble! I left my pebble in this bush. Found it now! Good, I'd hate to think what would happen if you lost that. Yeah, anyway, what are you doing? Reading? I held up the comic book, emphasizing the obvious. Yeah, I thought so. You're very observant, Kibbles. So, is that, Kanashi boy? What? I'm taken aback. Yes, actually, it is. Do you know it? And more to the point, how do you know it? Yeah, looks like the issue 8. That's right! Now I'm impressed, as well as amazed. Kibbles, how on earth do you know? Questions are flooding in my brain, but I know I need to play this cool. I don't want him shutting me out. That's an old issue. It looks like he has no intention of answering my questions, so I tried a different tact. I'm a little behind, so I brought a couple of back issues with me to bring me up to date. So, which version are you reading? Version? I'm not sure? Oh, wow, he is deep into this. Ha, it's probably the inferior American translation. You already have to get the original Japanese or the European versions to get all the nuance. Oh! It's impossible to truly understand the depth of Fumiyoshi and Haru's relationship in the version you've got. You're a proper fan, then! Could say that, I guess. I'd love to pick your brain sometime. What do you want to know? Does the original version explain how they are able to enter the third chamber together when Chisato gets turned into a hog? Oh yeah, that's because she tried to pass through the gate without Isao's approval. Oh, right! That would make sense. That bit was, cut for some reason. The American version they're selling these days is a plebeian trash. Well, I like it. A serious Kanashi boy fan would track down the European translation. I'm not sure, but I don't think I'd be able to get those delivered here. I guess I'll have to take what I got. Something, Keep misclicking. Sorry. I'd rather read something else than read that inferior rag. Fair enough, but I'm still enjoying this. I start to go back to reading my trash, but Kibbles suddenly springs forward, grabs the comic from out of my hands, and runs off into the undergrowth. Kibbles, bring that back! But he's gone. I wait for a while, not quite believing what he just did. After a few minutes, I lose hope that he'll return and start packing away my things to head back to camp. Just as I start walking away, Kibbles comes crashing back through the brush. Oh, there you are! What was that all about? I got you something. That's when I notice he's holding a copy of Kanashi Boy, issue 8. But it's not my copy. This one is in a pristine plastic cover. It looks new. Here, this is my copy. The European translation? Original Japanese, actually. Wow, but how do you understand it? Don't tell me you speak Japanese. Some. Look, I've made my own translation. There are pieces of paper tucked in between the pages with scrawled writing on them. How did you manage that? One of the ones before you, she helped me translate it. One of the ones before me? What does that mean? Previous assistant? Want to read this or not? Totally evading the question. I'm far more interested in what he's just said. You said helps. Kibbles is looking at the cover of Kanashi Boy, but I sense he's pretending to be preoccupied. He's clearly said more than he intended to, and now he's distancing himself from it. That would suggest they're still here? Where does the circle end? Huh? I'm annoyed that he's obviously trying to change the subject. It's a simple question, human. I'm worried that if I push him too far, he'll disappear into the bushes, so I decide to play along for now. Where does the circle end? He's watching me intently, and I get the feeling this is some kind of test. Circle ends where it began? Probably? Kibbs looks delighted. Oh, cool, you've read it! What? Sakura! I'm sorry, I don't know that one. But you gave the right answer! I have no idea what we're talking about now. Sakura by Heishi Ketsueki. You haven't read it. Afraid not. Is it good? Only the best in its genre. Which is Guru, naturally. The what? Hang on. Hang on. Google. Google, save us. Guru. What is this? Gore and mutilation. Not really a thing most people look for. And Guru means gore, of course. Of course. I wasn't aware that gore was a whole genre. I realize that I'm a bit out of my depth here. I can lend it to you. I have a copy. Gibbles looks like he's about to dive back into the bushes. Whoa, wait, hang on a minute. That sounds really interesting, but I'm in the middle of Kanashi Boy. So ditch that and start this one. You won't regret it. Ah! Can't we just read them all? Ah! Which one is it? The Gore or Kanashi Boy? It's Kanashi Boy, or the Sakura is the best in the genre, but Kanashi Boy, he's obviously committed a lot of work. Alright. We're gonna be brave. Gonna be brave about this one. And follow his lead. Well, normally I would finish the series I'm on before starting another, but you've got me very interested in Sakura, I must say. Wait right here! And he's gone before I can open my mouth. I'm starting to get used to this routine, so I wait patiently. He's back within seconds. That was quick. Where did you keep this stuff? I could tell you. But then you'd have to kill me. Whoa, slow down, JJ. A bit too soon to be finishing each other's sentences. JJ? What is this now? Jesse James! McMurphy told me all about him. Fastest draw in the Wild West. That's an old reference. Holy cow, that's an old reference. I think, right? And suddenly he's leaping around with pretend paw guns, pew-pewing until he's been shot and acts out an elaborate stagger fall death scenario. Then he's back up on his feet in a heartbeat, pointing at the comic he's placed in my hand. Yeah, it's, University agreed that it's the grossest manga out there. Thanks for that. Kibble grins. As though that's a positive thing. I look at the glossy back cover and feel my interest peak. This doesn't look like the sort of thing I'd usually pick up in the comic shop, but I'm certainly intrigued. Great! You're gonna love the bit where Kira's mom stabs out her own eyes because... Kibbles! Spoilers! Oh, who cares about spoilers? It feels totally different when you see it with the artwork. I'm kind of on board with him. It's like, you can know what's going to happen, but how it plays out is something completely different. This is something a friend of mine and I always agree on. It's like, especially when watching something, it's like, yeah, I know how it's going to end. I just want to see how it gets there. I don't want you to tell me any part of the story, Kibbles. It doesn't matter if it feels different. Okay, but just remember one thing. Kibbles, if this is a spoiler, I'll be very upset. The circle ends back where it began. Kibbles! I can't tell if that was an actual spoiler, but I still feel indignant. He holds his paws up defensively. What? You said it yourself. That was a lucky guess. What does it mean anyways? It's the secret password for Sakura fans to help identify each other. The mangaka made it up himself. Like the Mason's secret handshake? Yeah, probably. You don't know what the Masons are, do you, Kibbles? It's like a boy band or something. Close enough. Should we make our own secret handshake? You know, in case someone tries to infiltrate our manga club. Good idea, Kibs. We don't want anyone getting their mitts on our intelligence. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So, If you hold out your hand in a fist formation and do this. Kibbles has splayed his claws out as if he's going to scratch me, but pushes his metacarpal pad onto my knuckles. Feels pretty strange. That's great, Kibs. Really unique. Yeah, so, anyway. I've got a lot of stuff to be getting on with, important business stuff. I'll have to catch you later, human. I feel a bit taken aback by his sudden change in mood. Oh, okay, Kibbles. I'll get on with this manga then, and we can discuss it soon. Yeah, sure. See ya. I sit down on the tree stump to get back into my new comic when I hear, "Fill your hands, you son of a gun!" I look up to see that Kibbles has crept around the far side of the trees to ambush me. I spring into action, falling to my knees behind my tree stump. "You wouldn't shoot an unarmed cowboy, would you? You yellow-bellied snake!" He momentarily lowers his paws. What? I seize my opportunity. Pew pew! Gotcha! I shoot my finger guns at him. I dodged it. Kibbles jumps into a row and shoots his paw guns at me. No! You got me! I can't believe how this is ending. Let me try that again. I can't believe this is how it all ends. I grab my chest and stagger onto the floor, doing a very good performance, if I do say so myself. That's what you get when you mess with the sass. The what? The sass. Sass slinger. Sass slinger. Sass slinger. Gotta do a few tries on it. Sass slinger. Alright. Got it now. I dart my head up. The what? Oh, nothing. What did you just call yourself? I didn't say anything. The sass slinger? No, I don't know what you're talking about. You're boring me, human. I'm going now. No, I mean, that's really cool. I want a name too. Kibbles looks surprised. I get off the floor and dust myself down. How about the sass slinger and his sidekick, the banter bomb? The banter bomb? Yeah, that's really embarrassing. Okay, well, I'll think about it and get back to you, Kibbles. This has been fun. See you later, Bants. He blows the imaginary gun smoke from each of his little paws and swaggers off into this bush. Such a cute nerd! I feel childishly happy. Okay, he's into some weird stuff, but he's kind of cute. He's got a genuine cuteness to him. Like, he's just so enthusiastic about his interests that it's like, okay, I'll dive down this rabbit hole with you. Let's do this. Next episode. As always, thanks for watching. Tune in next time for more.